Coming up on this edition of Quincy in Focus.
When are we getting fiber? When are we going to get options? When are we going to get cheaper internet?
A plan to bring a high-speed fiber network to Quincy is announced. A celebration of the arts was held at Adams Field.
What matters is that our city holds in its heart the respect, the dignity, and such high esteem for each and every student here at Southwest, and certainly in all of the Quincy Public Schools.
And a ceremony was held to formally dedicate the new Southwest Middle School. These stories and more coming up on Quincy in Focus.
Hello and welcome to Quincy in Focus, Quincy Access TV's news magazine show. My name is Mandy Flaherty, and I'm a staff member here at QATV. Leading off this edition, Quincy Community Action Programs recently held its Best Chef competition. Attendees enjoyed food, drinks, and raffles, while local chefs prepared meals with surprise ingredients for a panel of judges. Proceeds from the event went to QCAP, an organization dedicated to preventing hunger.
Hi, I'm Beth Ann Strollo. I'm the CEO of Quincy Community Action Programs, and we are the community action agency that serves Quincy and all the surrounding South Shore communities. Tonight is our Best Chef event. This is an annual fundraiser that we do in October, where we invite 5 chefs and restaurants to compete against each other, sort of in the concept of Food Network show Chopped. It's a fun competition, all to raise money for the programs that we deliver at QCAP that help low-income people. They will get secret ingredients from our food pantry. We have a food center over in Southwest Quincy where we provide food to eligible residents to help them eat nutritiously, and this is a night where we have the chefs create a gourmet dish out of ingredients that we normally provide to our clients at the food center.
We're so excited about tonight, our Best Chef competition. It's our big fundraiser of the year, and the money from this event primarily goes to our food center in Quincy that provides free food to a lot of Quincy residents and the residents outside of Quincy who need help.
Hey folks, Barbara Isola. You may recognize me from Into the Frying Pan, but I'm here at this wonderful Best Chefs event for QCAP. I'm one of the judges, so I get to try all the unbelievable creations that the chef present us with.
So ladies and gentlemen, please let's hear it for our celebrity chefs as they bring out the secret ingredients. The baskets contain basic ingredients, all commonly provided to QCAP's clients at the food center. And then, as you know, the chefs will have 30 minutes to concoct their perfect dish, which will be judged, and one of them will go home the big winner tonight. Sarah. These are the 5 ingredients: grapes, elbows, I'm assuming that means pasta, eggplant, cranberry jelly, and pollock. People's Choice winner. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the People's Choice winner, Real House Chef Mark Orfalea. Congratulations.
But this was the first year that we had a tie, and it was really a tie. Like, I tried to arm wrestle David. I would have won, but anyway, the two co-winners are Townsend and Navarra.
The City of Quincy is proposing a new broadband initiative that would give Quincy residents a cheaper option for internet access with higher speeds. Mayor Koch and Councilor Ian Kane made the announcement at a recent press conference.
I hear constantly from people about competition or lack of competition. Some related to cable, some related to slowness of access to get onto the fiber, onto the network. So this is something we're very serious about looking at. The city obviously is a good-sized city with a water department, sewer department, so we're in the utility business to some extent. And what this is going to open up, or does going to open up the process, if you will, for us to look seriously at building our own fiber network citywide.
This is really a constituent and resident-driven project, as the mayor alluded to in his remarks. There's something that we hear when we're out talking to residents and constituents all the time. It's when are we getting fiber? When are we going to get options? When are we going to get cheaper internet with better service? And unfortunately, the way that the model currently works is that large incumbents and companies own the infrastructure and they provide the service, which allows them to take advantage of you as the consumer and the customer. So what this project is really doing is separating the infrastructure from the services. So the goal would be to eventually provide residents in the city of Quincy with internet as low as $50 a month, which is something I think that everyone can get behind. We're going to put forward a video that explains the concept of this project that we're working on. And again, I want to stress that www.quincyfiber.com is the place to go for more information, where you can take a survey, show us your interest, and ask any questions therein. And we look forward to making this initiative go forward for all the residents of Quincy.
Broadband networks matter because we live in a digital economy. In the digital economy, many physical objects are getting connected to networks, sensors, and computers. In this new economy, cars become computers with wheels, farms become computers with soil, and airplanes become computers with wings. The information flowing from cars, airplanes, and farms becomes powerful through a connected global network. A business without a fast and reliable network can't participate effectively in the digital economy. A child who can't afford a reliable connection can't do homework. A community without robust network infrastructure can't attract the businesses or workers it wants, stifling economic growth. As a municipality, we must make it as easy as possible for people to participate in the digital economy. We do this by operating networks the same way we operate our roads. The municipality builds and maintains the roads and allows everyone to drive on those roads. The problem with our current broadband system is that large internet service providers control the digital roads and access to those roads. They use this control to block competition and keep prices inflated. We understand that broadband network infrastructure is essential to everyday life, and that open networks lead to innovation, increased competition, lower prices, and faster network speeds. We're making broadband infrastructure a public utility, just like your home's water, sewer, and power connections. But we will not compete with the private sector by providing internet services over this infrastructure. No one will be forced to participate in the municipal fiber network. Residents and businesses who don't want it can opt out. Those who participate will select from a list of ISPs and internet plans based upon their needs. But here's the best part. Subscribers can switch providers and plans in less than 60 seconds, as easy as shopping online. By providing the digital infrastructure as a utility and creating real competition between ISPs, our goal is to drive down the total cost for internet access by at least 30%. And here's the best part. Once the physical infrastructure is paid off, that portion of the overall cost goes away, lowering your monthly internet bill by an additional 30 to 40%. In addition to lower internet costs, the network will facilitate additional services in the areas of healthcare, education, public safety, emergency communications, and many other applications that will drive economic growth, benefiting everyone in our community. We are creating a new digital marketplace for the private sector, an expansion of the digital economy. Any private sector company can participate, compete, and innovate in this new municipal marketplace. Our goal is to transform internet access from a system designed for the benefit of the large corporations who control these networks to a system designed for the benefit of consumers.
The City of Quincy recently renovated and rededicated the Daniel Shedd Memorial at the Palmer Street Rotary. The memorial is in honor of Daniel Shedd, the first English settler of the Germantown neighborhood of Quincy.
Today we are gathering for the rededication of a very historic monument originally erected in 1916 by the Shedd family. Mayor Koch and the Quincy Community Preservation Fund, they gave us $100,000 to restore this monument and to create this park. As it is reported in history, Daniel Shedd came to Braintree as a young bachelor with little means. He got married in 1946 and he leased this land, 120 acres, from Reverend William Thompson, later to be known as Shedd's Neck. He lived here for another 12 years, and it is believed that until the expiration of the lease in 1658, and some say his house actually burned, he eventually left here and moved on to Billerica, where land was cheaper at the time. In 1916, the Shedd family erected the Daniel Shedd Memorial in the form of a lighthouse. The lighthouse consisted of 20 feet of Quincy granite from Quincy quarries and a copper lantern top. A memorial to Daniel Shedd, an original settler and a resident here in Old Braintree, 1642 to 1658. His descendants to the 10th generation erect this shaft to commemorate his life. They dedicate it to the city of Quincy and as a beacon to sailors' Snug Harbor, which for 60 years has occupied the land once filled by their ancestor, for whom it was the first century called Shedd's Neck, a name that is hoped to be and may be restored.
You know, the beautiful monument that's here, it reminds me, I know, and I say this in respect to our faith, but the tradition in the Christian churches at Easter time is to light the Paschal candle. And that Paschal candle becomes a symbol for the light of Christ to dispel darkness and so forth. Well, that light here certainly dispels some darkness on the circle, but I think it also has become a light of hope, a light of pride for the people of this part of our great city. And I know that generations to come will really come to appreciate this now that it is fully restored to its original grandeur. We appreciate all the folks that have touched this project over the years and made it happen today. And on behalf of the city, I certainly want to bring the greetings to the Shedd family, members of the Shedd family. You know, with all the investment we have going on in the city right now, and I know not everybody loves all that's happening, but there's significant investment going on. Daniel Shedd really was one of the first investors when you look at it. History, you talked about the Reverend, there's also a history that talks about Edmund Quincy granting this tract of land to Daniel Shedd, but he had to borrow money to actually acquire this piece of land. So one could say he was one of our earliest investors.
Welcome to my very special place. Over the years, I've had a long, ongoing love affair with Germantown. 75 years ago, my brother Jack and I cut rhubarb and two big tomatoes right here. This is George Hodgson's farm as far as the eye could see. Also to the original cast for assisting over the years to bring the Shedd Memorial to what you see today. We could not have completed this without your help. Enjoy this beautiful day in my special place. Thank you.
So the Quincy Housing Authority honors Councilor Leo J. Kelly for his long-standing dedication and commitment to the Snug Harbor community and the Quincy Housing Authority. So I also just want to say that Leo and Margaret donated the beautiful granite stone that you see over there on the left side of the Rotary. It says, "Welcome to Snug Harbor." So Leo and Margaret, thank you very much for that also.
Quincy Community Action Programs was recently granted $45,000 at a check presentation ceremony. The funds will be used in an effort to help low-income housing initiatives and to combat eviction.
So we're thrilled to receive this award because we know that by providing cash assistance to our clients, we can help prevent homelessness. Our staff do a fantastic job at that. They know how to do it well. They work really hard at it. I'm sorry to say that the need is tremendous in Quincy and in this area. We do strategic planning every 3 years, and for probably 20 years, housing is identified as the #1 need. There's no mystery around that. It's kind of basic math. If you look at what the rents are in Quincy, right now, approximately the rent for a 2-bedroom is probably about $2,300 a month. It probably ranges from maybe $1,500 to $2,800 depending on where you're looking. Certainly all the new apartments in Quincy Center are in the mid 2000s. In order to pay 30% of your income towards rent, which is the HUD recommended standard for housing, you would need to make $92,000 a year to afford $2,300 a month. That individual who needs a 2-bedroom, we have many single parents who need a 2-bedroom, they can afford at $15 an hour, $780 a month at 30% of their income. So you see this huge gap. It's not a mystery why we have so many people that need housing assistance. We work over in the Quincy District Court. Our staff, Denise and Mike, do a fantastic job there. We see about 9 cases every Thursday, which may not sound like a lot, but if you knew how much effort went into, they're both there, and to see this happens in a pretty condensed time period over at the court, to see that many people and then to work with them to try to prevent their eviction. These are eviction cases. And we work very aggressively. This resource will help us be able to help that household avoid eviction. We take about $1,000 a month. We try not to do more than that because we want to spread it as best we can to help prevent that eviction. And then work with families and individuals to get them budget counseling through our Financial Reach Center, access them to all the other services that we have that can sort of maximize their limited incomes. And we look forward to continuing to partner with you on this and other areas that I think we will find some common ground on to help people avoid homelessness. And we run a food center, so we can deal with the nutrition issues as well. But we appreciate this and thank you, and wish you the best in your new venture in Quincy as well.
The City of Quincy and the Quincy Art Association recently held their annual Arts Fest. Local artists submitted work for review, while attendees enjoyed food, art, music, and family fun activities. Quincy's new Southwest Middle School recently held a dedication ceremony where the community was able to tour the new facility. The memory of former student and janitor of 60 years, George DiPaolo, was honored with the dedication of a new auditorium.
Welcome and good afternoon. My name is Dr. John Franciscini, the very proud principal of Southwest Middle School. On behalf of Assistant Principal Sue Foley, our teachers, and most significantly our students, we welcome you to this formal dedication ceremony. Today we are brought here in fulfillment of a dream of our students and the families of Southwest Quincy community to have a new school. Through the years of planning and tremendous support and leadership of our mayor, our superintendent, our state and city officials, this dream has become a reality.
Welcome, everybody. It's a beautiful light moment here in the gym on a dark, dingy day. It's just such an incredible day for all of us to come together and celebrate another great day for the city, another great day for education, another great day for the kids of our city. That's what we're here for today. So today we have a few speakers you're going to be hearing from. We had an incredible team on this, and I know that good Dr. Superintendent will probably mention some of that, but in a number of public projects we've overseen over the years, there's been none as seamless and flawless as this has been. It's remarkable, the team that came together from all aspects, so we're so proud of that work. So
what really matters as we celebrate here today, what really matters is that we are thankful for our students, staff, principal, John Franciscini, and former assistant principal Courtney Mitchell. All were so considerate and so professional during this construction process. What matters is that our city holds in its heart the respect, the dignity, and such high esteem for each and every student here at Southwest, and certainly in all of the Quincy Public Schools. What matters is that Quincy always cherish its past, while moving forward thoughtfully with our school system. What matters is that our schools in every neighborhood offer positive cultures, excellent educators, caring staff and families, and always community connections. In all of these, Southwest is an outstanding example.
also in the program, and you just need to look through the glass to see the name George H. DiPaolo Auditorium. George attended the school when he was South Junior, graduated from Quincy High School in 1940, went on to serve his nation in the military, was involved in the D-Day invasion, was involved in the Battle of the Bulge, received all kinds of merits and stars, and just an incredible American patriot who came back to work here for 60 years as a custodian. He kept it like it was his own home. Remarkable individual. I think his wife is here with us today, Mrs. DiPaolo.
My name's Frank Flora. My grandfather was George DiPaolo, and he was a janitor here for 60 years, and this meant a lot to our family having, this named after him here, and beautiful school. Really excited for the neighborhood and for the city of Quincy.
The Quincy Democratic City Committee held their annual breakfast and award ceremony honoring Senator John Keenan with the Dennis F. Ryan Community Award. Senator Ed Markey was also in attendance.
Good morning, fellow Democrats. Thank you. I would now like to introduce you, and I expect a very warm welcome from the city's Democrats for our United States Senator Ed Markey. Please welcome Ed.
Quincy played a big role in the founding of this country and being the revolutionaries, and you still are. Quincy is still at the heart of this. They were the original revolutionaries. And then the abolitionist movement began here. The suffragette movement began here. The Affordable Care Act movement began here. The same-sex marriage revolution started here. And now we have a revolution to remove Donald Trump as the President of the United States, ladies and gentlemen. So, America's going through a funny period where nostalgia for a time that never existed is replacing the idealism which we need. in order to fight for the issues that we know we have to challenge. Because for the poor and the sick and the elderly, the disabled, workers who can't keep up, the past is just a memory, and the future is their hard reality. So all I can say to you is that I'm going to give it everything I've got for as long as Donald Trump is in the White House. I'm going to fight for all the principles that you would fight for if you were on the Senate floor. I will make all the enemies that you would have made if you were on the Senate floor. I'm going to stand up for each and every one of those issues, and I'm going to give it everything I've got. And if you back me for re-election to the United States Senate, I will have your back every day on the floor of the Senate for the next 6 years. I need your help. I need your vote. I will be your fighter. I will be your voice. I will be someone who gives you every bit of what I've got in order to reflect this incredible vision for what the Democratic Party has for the potential that the 21st century offers. It's my great honor to be here with the great Democrats of the city of Quincy. Thank you so much for everything you do, and thank you for whatever you're going to do in the next year. We can flip the Senate, keep the House, and get rid of Donald Trump, but only with your help. Thank you all so much.
If I may, Luisa comes up on stage, I can't help but think as I look to my left, the names of the people that are on that list over there. It is truly an honor and a privilege to join them, because all that has been talked about here today, there it is, right before us, in blue and in red, on a white background, telling us that's how we should live our lives, that's what should guide us. Those are the people we look up to, and I am truly, truly honored to be on that list. Thank you.
The Dennis F. Ryan Community Award. And this award is given to an individual who is passionate in their support and belief of the Democratic Party and who exemplifies those principles through their words and deeds. And we are honored to present this to you this morning.
That's all for this edition of Quincy in Focus. On our next episode, we'll talk about the city's annual Christmas festival events and this year's Thanksgiving football matchup. If you'd like more information about Quincy Access Television or are interested in becoming a member, visit our website at qatv.org or call 617-376-1440. My name is Mandy Flaherty, and thanks for watching this edition of Quincy in Focus.
Thank you.